fire, the printing press, the automobile. All of these objects change culture, society, and the human experience. Today, we sit on the precipice of a new change. 3D printing is changing the world, and you probably don't even know it. It's not just people printing guns, although that may be all you've seen on the news. 3D printing has made waves in the fields of medicine, engineering, and architecture, changing the spaces of where we live, work, and play.
We were always forced to really make physical models with traditional materials, wood, metal, glass, you name it. And so the 3D printing technology for architects started fairly late. So students in the design studios, for example, in particular, they make concept models, and then they could actually start from a 3D modeling process, making the 3D virtual model, and then print it out in a 3D printing process.
So we can actually see the similarities now from the digital file and the physical file here. So what would happen now with this part is that we would now take it and put it into a vat, which has a solution in it that dissolves this dark brown material, and then we're going to be left with a clean part, something like this.
3D printing allows the imagination to bypass the restraints of the human physical process of creation.
Yeah, certainly it has an immediate effect, because particularly a young student, that he can do on a 3D modeling program basically anything possible. Surfaces that intersect, beams, so to say, or structures that just go somewhere in space. Surfaces which actually not connect, because most of the programs we use, they come from the animation industry, so they are surface-based. So they don't make necessarily solid models, versus engineering uses actually from default more or less solid modeling programs.
All you need is a material and a binder. In Italy, they are working on printing an entire house. Or imagine a home made of plastic spiderweb-like material with no angles or edges. Imagine being able to replace parts on your 3D printer using your 3D printer, like they did in the design lab at Texas Tech University.
The original parts were all of this kind of 1/4-inch acrylic material, which we found to be very weak. And so actually what we did was build a lot of these parts and found these parts online and print them actually on our Dimension printer. And this is really going to change how we use this printer now. I think it's going to make it a lot more reliable. Probably within the next couple of months, almost everything on this machine will be printed by us.
The possibilities are limitless, from printing bearings to a fully formed chain, and even a crescent wrench with no assembly required. Your household will one day be a manufacturer of all the things in your household.
I first interacted with 3D printing as a senior at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. I was having a senior design project where I wanted to design a toothbrush for disabled people that would brush all of their teeth at once. It ended up that we would design the part in SolidWorks and then send it off to our school's 3D printer, and it would just print the parts out. We didn't have to really fabricate anything. They were very intricate, small parts we had to put together, and it simply made them for us. And it ended up working. So it was a very neat project of going from idea and then realizing that into an actual product. 20 years from now, I think the range of 3D printing materials is going to greatly expand. We're going to move past just plastic for home desktop units, and you're going to be able to print metal parts, plastic, semiconductor parts, and all that's going to be integrated into just a very wide range of products. You could print out a Roomba all at once, or a cell phone. You just download the file layer by layer. You could replicate all the individual slices of a cell phone and print that out.
So there's so much potential, it's almost hard to describe right now what will be going on and to what will it lead.